conception, yes, we babies. These birth pains, birth canal racing through these times, crazy. My thoughts travel lately. Connect with him who made me. These trials bring maturity, no if, ands, and maybes. Looking for Abba to save me. Words sweet like praline. Heavy on my mind, not trying to cry when I daydream. Crazy as it may seem, to others I'm on the wrong team. Rated for his pleasure, confident, ringing these sirens. Ring, ring, people, come out of your slumber. These trumpets blowing louder, his voice is raging like thunder, but only few in number. You seen the days of Noah, it's sad to see my people more focused on Hebrew culture, man. 50 garments, no roof, fringed up with no truth. Mad, if you want me, these scriptures I read is my proof. And since I am assigned to deliver this message,
All right, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Over here real quick. All praises to the Most High. I'll come on here tonight and talk about this black fatigue that's growing crazy, right? Is it in the Bible? Is it in the scriptures? We know that, us being the people of this book, a lot of things that come with it, right? You got the gifts, you got the curses, you got the covenants, you got the promises, you have, all this great knowledge, and people are all over the place about this black fatigue, right? If this is new to you, we're gonna go into it. And they saying they tired of these black people that's just acting up. Every time they're in groups, every time they go somewhere, they just messing up the party. They messing up at the stores, the restaurants, the cruises. Every time these people come around, it's chaos, right? And we know this programming, but we know ultimately our people got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments so they can know how to walk. Try to teach your children these things about the Most High, making sure that you are showing them the ways of the Father, these commandments, that they can be a light, like Proverbs 6:23 says, right? So we're going to go into it. Let's see what some people online have to say about this black fatigue, right?
The Bonnet Crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere.
Black fatigue. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made.
Black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there.
See, you got black people, and then you got niggas, all right? It's a big difference. And most black people, we know the difference. It ain't even a conversation we have all had. It ain't like a meeting that we came together and had together. Like, hey, man, all right, so it's the black folk, and then it's the niggas. We need to figure out how to get them niggas, all right? We need to get them up out of here. We ain't even had that conversation. We just know it when we see it, because some of us are reformed niggas. See, black folks live a common life, job, kids, dog, We abide by the rules. But then you had the niggas, and that's where you get a lot of your ignorance from. The loudmouths, people that always want to play victim but don't want to fix their own circumstance. Black people are now getting online, and they're talking about black fatigue because they are tired of.
You can sell this $5 spatula on Amazon and compete with hundreds of other spatula sellers, or you can sell digital products on Amazon and compete with almost no one. You see, I use a brand new Amazon platform that's banned the sale of physical products. Yet without me buying or shipping inventory or storing anything, Amazon's still paying me over $40K a month. You see, everything I sell is 100% digital, so the products live on my computer or laptop. And the crazy part is, I didn't create this system. Carla taught me this.
Niggas. Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people, and black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning, and then you see the Bonnet Crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended, and that's anywhere you go. No matter what. They're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing. You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna buy up this, buy up that. I'm gonna support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got the fuck up out of there. Because they don't know how to appreciate good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing.
All right. All right, family. So this is nothing new, right? We know how many of our people, even some of us that's in the light now, that know the knowledge of the Most High, and that they, the leaders of this earth definitely are not looking to lead you to righteousness, or they would tell the world, hey, these the Israelites. You guys got to keep the law, making you movies and entertainment and things that uplift you to your heritage, and also just not financing certain music and certain things and certain circumstances that the leaders of this earth have put people in. And we know that some people, they know better and just don't want to choose the right path, right? Like Matthew chapter 7 talks about, they don't want to walk that narrow path to the Most High. No one thinks that they're going to, pass out of this earth. They just live every day and just keep going and going. But in this Bible, it talks about these things. These are the curses of these people, the Israelites, as we know. But people aren't looking at this word, because really it's not just that. Because you have other nations talking about this black fatigue. We're so tired of it. We're tired of everywhere we go. But most of them don't even live around you, right? Especially depending on what state you in, what city you in. Some of them live far out. It's us, most of us trying to get away from it, in this earth. Some go there. Some, you go away, but you love Israel. You trying to help. You clean up the communities because you know what we're up against. And you have a lot of our people that's just in the way. But the word, right? Because that's what we're here. All these videos and what they're talking about. And thank the Most High that we know this. If you are watching and what does the word have to say about, this behavior. This behavior that we've been seeing all our lives. No matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. But we know this is more truth that the Most High has put in his word to show us. Look at these prophecies of these people. Matter of fact, we're gonna go to Psalms. We'll go back to, let's go to Deuteronomy 28. We're not gonna go through all of them. We know the curses of Deuteronomy 28. 28 and verse 28, and it reads, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Madness out there. Our people is mad in the head, right? These things that make sense to them. The way that we talk, the way everything that we do. And no, we're not saying that Edom and the rest of the nations are just, walking upright. That's not what we're saying, because in every nation, including Israel, there's always a fraction of people that's whether they strung out, not representing their families right, or just pushing the wickedness, right? But you being the people of this book is gonna be, pointed at you more than anyone else in the earth. Everything, right? This is a spiritual battle, and it's so ancient that people don't even know, how deep it goes with these with like Esau with the red meat, right? And how majority of them like the red meat, like the word says, how our people just smooth, right? We just got the salt. Everyone looks at you for, they'll say, oh, you talk like this. I remember when Stuart Scott first went to ESPN, and back in the day he was doing Raise the Roof and all that, and then they started, copying his ways a little bit, right? Or you see it in fashion. You see just everything that they take after a while, because you the salt of the earth. But we're accountable to this law. So it's different. When you keep the law, you don't fall for none of this stuff that they're out there trying to push on our people, right? That says this is the representation of them. This is how they all act. See, 90% of them messing it up for the 10%. Look at that. We're going to the book of Psalms. We're going to Psalms 44. Psalms 44, family. Let's get it. Let's get it. And it reads. Let's go to verse 11. Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and hast scattered us among the heathen. Thou sellest thy people for naught, and dost not increase thy wealth by their price. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn, a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen. You're called everything, right? You called every word, every negative word in this earth. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. Everyone shakes their head when they go by our people, right? Tired of them. Oh, here they go. You're one of the good ones. You're one of the good ones, right? And we know the difference. Like, I remember I was at a graduation earlier this summer, and you got, the youngsters in there with the shiesty mask on, with the ski mask on, right? It's 100 degrees outside, and it just seems like a lot of this behavior, it's not that it hasn't always been there, but right now it's just the wisdom is just getting stripped from the earth more and more. At least you knew how to operate and turn it off if you was living a certain way. Now we just letting it all hang out, right? A shaking of the head, a shaking. The people shake their head when they go by us, like the word says. Let's go back to it. My confusion is continually before me, and the shame of my face hath covered me. For the voice of him that reproacheth and blasphemeth by reason of the enemy and avenger. All this is come upon us, yet have we not forgotten thee, neither have we dealt falsely in thy covenant. Our heart is turned back, neither have our steps declined from thy way. Though thou hast sore broken us in the place of dragons, and covered us with the shadow of death, if we have forgotten the name of our God, or stretched out our hands to a strange God, shall not God search this out? For he knoweth the secrets of the heart. So look, we still holding on to this Bible, right? Even when we knew that, most of us didn't care what Christ was. You was worshiping, you was saying he could be any color he wanted. And now these curses should be more proof if other nations was even studying this Bible, and our people, right? If they were studying this Bible, they would say, man, it makes more sense more than ever. Us being in this for a few years, many years, some maybe a couple months, wherever you at. And then even when you have our people saying they ain't the truth, representing this word the wrong way. Like, man, come on. You pushing people away from the Most High. You supposed to let your shot. You supposed to be a light to the nations, right? It's a light thing that you restore the tribes of Jacob and be a light to the Gentiles, like Isaiah 49 said. But we not moving the right way, right? We not moving the right way. And there's more videos of our people just out there just moving foul on these cruises and all that. But we're going to go to Exodus chapter, what's that? Exodus 32. Let's get that real quick. Exodus 32, family. It says, no. We're going to start at verse 7. 32 and 7 in Exodus. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. For they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I have commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Verse 9, here it goes. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. This is a stiff-necked people. They love to go to all the functions. They love to do the dances and stuff. And that's the part where a lot of nations that's saying, even our people, if our people having a good time, and they not hurting nobody, why is it a problem? Because you don't like the way that skin color looks. See, a lot of people uncircumcised in the heart. Matter of fact, we going there too, because on both sides we going there, because on both sides get that real quick. That's the one I wanted. 9. Jeremiah 9. Go Jeremiah 9 and 25. Yeah, 25. And it reads, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcision. And we know circumcision is of the heart later on, right? When you read, what's that? Romans chapter 2. It says, Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab and all that are in the utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness. For all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart. People not really showing mercy for Israel. Israel or Gentile nation, these people have been put through the most. You ain't really restored these people like that. You may give them a little financial assistance, but at the same time, what you do, you give them things in their mind. You redline the neighborhoods. You put the liquor stores at certain radiuses. You put the pharmakia. You giving all their children all this medicine and saying that, oh, something's wrong with them. They don't pay attention in class because you're not teaching real history. So we can't just jump on our own people not knowing that, look, they ain't really restored these people since 1885. You haven't really set them up to get ahead. You just keep them at base to keep the system, to keep it all going, right? We have to talk about it all. We can't just say, oh, black fatigue, we're just tired of them. No, if you put some pill or a loaded weapon in front of two babies that don't know better, of course they're going to use it, right? And then you say, well, no one told them to use it. So this is the game that they play. This is the game that they play. You think that they don't know how to control this particular people in this earth, right? And now it's on autopilot. That's why you got to come back to this law right here. It's very important. It's mandatory. Let's go to Lamentations. It's mandatory that you come back because you're not going to have no power. Remember this blood covenant. Remember when Moses sprinkled the blood on the people? Nah, you connected to this forever, no matter what nobody says. You got to get your emotions intact and all that, being out here being Israel. It's many traps for you. This is the battle for your soul, right? We Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Is this the place? Is this the people? This not the people of the how could they be? But yet they say that they tired of you and your violence. Yet they're over there. They've been colonizing and destroying the whole earth. They doing it right now in the name of another nation. Well, that's Israel. Well, when they came over here, it was, well, that's Great Britain. That's Spain and France. And then they take over America. So it says, look, Esau shall live by the sword. Right? You must know the battle that you're in. If you don't know it all, your feelings is just so caught up in they're mistreating me. You gotta always remember the battle that you in. Right? You gotta always remember the battle that you're in. And for just people holding on to this, like, oh man, we Israel, and that's the most important thing. We're going to Amos 9 and 10, and it reads, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Look, the Most High say it's a lot of Israel that's not gonna make it. You think that you don't gotta come back to these commandments. You want to get it on your own. You just waiting for someone to treat you better and give you black excellence and black boy joy and BT and queen and king and all these things, right? This the only thing. The Most High's law, Christ. That's what's gonna get, because you're not looking for no one to validate you. Always looking for some validation. That's what we do as a people. This is not enough for a lot of people. They need more. All this history, all these things you could be learning and studying. And the one thing that's guaranteed is your soul going to be required. And you not looking for the Most High. Stiff-necked people, right? We going to verse 12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord, that doeth this. So there's a remnant of Edom that understands what's going on. The remnant of the heathen, the nations, they understand. They see the play being made. They see that they over here doing ice, what they call it, the ice, right? And they kicking the northern kingdom tribes out. And you took their land, right? And they saying you so violent. We have to do something about these people. And our people better start cleaning it up. Start cleaning yourself up, because yes, it's a lot of Israel that's just, man, only a remnant is going to return. And when you understand that, you know this is all prophetic. You losing your heritage, you learning the ways of the heathen, you being a shaking of the head of the people. Isaiah chapter 3. Isaiah chapter 3. Let's go there. What does it say? Now we'll go Isaiah chapter 1 first. It says, let's go 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider. Right? We don't consider that. We the people of this book. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should you be stricken any more? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the heart faint. The whole head is sick. Sick people. Because why? You not connected with your God. You not connected with your power. You not when you look at Japheth, when you look at, some of those in China and all the people worshiping the dragon, right? They on one accord with their Lord. Amalek, they on accord. The leaders of Amalek. Our people run into, man, it's more confusion today than it has ever been when it comes to what is considered a black or brown person, right? And what's better than this? What's better than the Most High? Nothing. Let's go to We're going to 3. And it reads, verse 8, 3 and 8 in Isaiah. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory. You provoke the eyes of the Most High, right? The show of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin is Sodom, all this sodomite behavior. All these people from D Wade, Saucy Santana, D Wade and his son, the celebrities, even just regular people. You all out there flamboyant. You supposed to be a strong man of Judah. You supposed to be a strong man representing the Most High the right way. And they look at you as weak. You complain too much. You always looking for a handout. Why can't you do it yourself? We should be coming together. This law, you should be patronizing each other's businesses as a people. You should be holding yourself accountable as a people to do what's right. Represent yourself right. You should know how to do righteous judgment toward each other. You know, wickedness cannot always be an option. Why is it always an option to take each other out? That's why we must come back to this. We're going to, what do I want? Psalms 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Read that again. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. You don't even control your own spirit. You everywhere. You easily provoked. And some people do it to you on purpose because they know you a sensitive you's a sensitive sister, you's a sensitive brother. You being emotional, they want to provoke you, right? To say, see, they're all like that. They're all like that. And you just know what it is, and you just pray to the Most High every night, get you some strength, put on your armor. So when you out here in this world, you are representing the Most High and his son Christ the right way. Not the way that they think that some all-loving, he just wants to accept you for who you are. No, you know it's accountability when you dealing with the Most High. You know that he wants you to stand firm in his laws, statutes, commandments, and that you be bold and you represent him. Who's standing up for him? Like the book of, what's that, Psalms 94 or 96. Who will stand up for me against the evildoers, right? Who will stand up? We're going to Deuteronomy 11. Deuteronomy 11. What's that? 11, what I had. Let's bring that out. In verse 9. And it reads 19. And ye shall teach them your children, speaking of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. Teaching your children about the Most High. Man, if you do that early on, don't you think that train up a child, right? Like the word says, train up a child. Train them up to ways of the Most High. Many people don't have the fear of the Lord. That's the beginning of wisdom. That's why everyone's all over the place these days, right? No fear of the Lord. No fear of the Most High. And two nations, right? We are different. We are two. When you go to what's that? Genesis 29, Esau and Jacob. Two nations, two manner of people are in thy womb. And we're different type of people. We got to remember that. We have to remember that, family. And I got to remember to charge my stuff next time. Sorry about that, family. But look, so this whole black fatigue thing, right? This is prophetic. And they're saying no more will they'll sit there and let you just keep using racism as an excuse. We've paid that back. We've paid that back. And we're not looking for, at this time, Israel, the people got to start realizing and waking up that it's time for you to come back to this. This is the only thing that's going to get you right. You know, knowing what the Most High requires of thee. Like Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Ecclesiastes, what's that? Is that 12 or 11? About for the whole duty of man, keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. The whole duty of man. That's what's going to get you right. Not just crying wolf when things aren't going your way. Or just chasing the fleshly lifestyle. Right? Come back to the Most High. Thank the Most High. Pray that this help y'all bring some type of understanding. We have to start having more of the people representing the light on here, you know. So with that, family, you know,